just turned it on.
You know what I was just thinking about? Did you guys fly here together?
We did fly here together.
Did you fly first class?
But we didn't fly together.
Wait.
We flew on the same ship, if that's what you're asking.
Did you fly first class?
Who?
You.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
been
didn't upgrade your boy?
No, it's been decades since I've flown in the back, and it's not a bad thing. I just my back hurts. I think I said that joke on Twitter about Fuez, and I'm like, Fuez hasn't seen the back of an airplane engine in over a decade.
Homie was flying coach.
Oh.
Nah, I fly.
You don't. When was the last time you flew coach?
Nah, I fly coach every time now. I went back to coach. I gotta watch our expenses at the company.
My man, I appreciate that.
It's not bad.
You
had me
spoiled.
Yeah, I got to a point where I'm like, I can't fly coach.
I took care of my stars, man.
Yeah,
you gotta take care of your stars.
There's more over there, by the way.
You have to take care of your stars, and you know, to be fair, Matt, since he started working with me, has flown
any of them.
Has flown first class. For some reason, and it happened to Shazam too. I just whistled. It happened to Shazam too. Shazam was flying from Maryland to Chicago, and the first class ticket was $250, and the coach middle seat ticket was $240. And I'm like, I'm first class. Like it wasn't even a thought. I'm like, I saw it made no difference. You know, when it was us though, you knew I had to have my people up with me. You know,
I mean. I feel like I don't disagree with you because you definitely did upgrade me a couple times there, but
all the time.
No,
90% of the time.
No, I was paying for my upgrades because you're like, oh, you're making money. Let's go.
Yeah,
you got me.
I even made you upgrade other people.
You conditioned me to have like a terrible mentality because you always took care of everybody. You'd always pay for everything, and then you'd always give me a hard time, like, bro, you're doing well. Do this, do that. And now I just have terrible spending habits where, I mean, I don't like outrageously spend where I'm broke, but for like the 3 years that I was like living in LA, if I'm around people, I just don't want anybody to have to worry about. So I pick up the check.
Yeah. It's quicker for you too.
It's quicker for me too, but I've just been in so many, like Hector, I can't even explain it to you, how many situations I've been in with friends of friends, you know, whoever, and I'll pick up or I'll pay for things. And what's
the largest tab you ever paid for?
Well, that's not the important part. The important part is that don't do that because people aren't built the same, man. Because when it comes time, like I've got people in my life that I took care of everything, and I never asked for anything. I never did anything. But then when it's time for them to like, you know, they don't. It doesn't translate. Like there's no give and take. Okay, right. People will allow you to. People will take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Right. And will not reciprocate it in any way. They won't feel bad about it. They won't feel guilt about it. Like they'll just along for the ride. People like that in LA, man, you'll meet a lot of them.
Yeah, it's more
Nobody close to me.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people out there that just will take advantage of you in any given situation.
Matt, have you ever when we've had lunch together or food together, have you ever paid for anything? Yeah,
that's Hector.
It's just something.
That's Hector. That's Hector.
I've always been a big brother, and I don't know, man. It's like the fight that we're going to, the McGregor fight. I don't. It's.
You got them tickets for free though, right?
No. Come on.
You just got tickets? I mean, I'll pay for the ticket.
No, it's all good. I rather buy.
Wait, you just bought tickets?
Yeah, Judith told me, she's like, well, if you're gonna start vlogging, you should start doing cooler shit. And then I'm like, well, there's a McGregor fight coming up, and she's like, yeah, that'd be really cool. It's like invite Matt, take
Hell
Seth,
yeah, Judith, let's go.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do it.
It's an investment.
Yeah, it's for the vlog. It's gonna be exciting, and it's a fight of a lifetime. So it's like it's not even a thing. And
I can't wait for Vegas.
I rather buy memories than like another watch. You know what I'm saying? That costs that much. Why are you yawning, man? You're not built for this. I'm not. He's in the middle. I'm not. in the middle of the yawn.
No, I'm good at. Nah, I'm actually not tired. That was just being in the same position for as long as I have.
I just went with Jack to buy his first Rolex. Friday? When was it? Friday or Tuesday? Thursday? And what's up? What are you getting prepared? Why are you holding it like that? Well, dude, what's up?
I was positioning it. Hey, you
Pause.
ever?
He's like, let me say it with the back of my throat.
Let me say it with my syllables.
He's like, listen to what my stomach gotta say. All right, man, let me burn this phone with my. I know, it was stomach acid. This was a joke. So I told Jack, I'm like, I've been here before, Jack. I've been the hype man for people spending money, you know. And I'm sitting there, and I'm telling him, and Jack is such a Nadeshot in terms of like he's very reserved when it comes to money, and it happens to a lot of people that don't come from you know, extravagant homes, from humble beginnings, right? It happens to them where you're almost conditioned to save, and there's nothing wrong with that.
You me, bro.
No, I didn't.
I never spent.
Look where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Look where you're at. Anyway, and you can ask Jude the same thing. You know, Jude will say,
bought that first watch, man.
what the Tissot Skelet?
The Tissot.
The Tissot Skelet. This guy buys a $1,500.
I still get compliments to that watch. Every day.
I don't pick bad watches ever.
But
dude.
now your boy got shit heavy.
You got that Rolly, the Submariner.
Yeah, it's funny.
Anyway, so Judith will say the same thing. She's, you know, when it comes to shoes, when I was a little kid, when I was, I think, you know, 9 years old, I would wear my dad's shoes so I can have variety of shoes. And I'm talking about, I'm a 9-year-old kid. My dad's a full-grown man. So he's like 3 to 4 sizes bigger than me, and this would like bend like this. And I just like shoes and I like variety. And Jude says that I have the need to buy stuff because of the way that I grew up. She says that I was that I have this mentality where I feel like ashamed of my beginnings. I'm not, but maybe I am. She sees it from she knows me better than anybody else in this world. And she says that's like the reason you are the way you are is because you grew up poor. And that's the only reason why you live where you live and have done what you've done. And I think that's where you're at. You're the opposite side of that. You came from the save. Anyway, so I was with Jack, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know." And you know me, I'm like, "Well, dude, you know, think about what you could you could get a sponsorship to pay for this shit. You could do this and that." And then he's like, "Yeah, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Dude, do it, man. Like, it's not, you're not throwing money away. You're buying something that if you put on a shelf, it's gold, so it's, you know, it goes up in value, and sometimes it goes down. Gold's always going up. You know, how often does it hit that downward? Never. You know, why are you staring at me?
You know, I've been thinking about this entire time.
He's like, you were talking to me this whole time?
No. I don't know if this is gonna be funny to you or not, but I was just waiting for you to finish talking, and then I wanted to hit you with one of the. Bro, I hope you think it's funny. I don't know if I used to say this to you all the time or who I used to say it to, but I was waiting for you to finish talking, so I hit you with one of the, oh, for real? I want to. For real?
The for real is the same thing as the cool story, bro.
No. I've been listening this whole time. I completely understand what you're saying about, you know.
Yeah.
Spending the way that you want to spend and doing the things that you do. I mean, those are like things that you can't even measure. Like, who knows why you think the way that you think? And for what it's worth, I don't think there's anything wrong with being materialistic in certain ways as well, because, you know, people always give me a hard time about, you know, I do a lot of shoe unboxings. I do a lot of like tech unboxings, or I used to anyways. Yeah. And people always like, oh, you're just showing off this, that, and the other. Like, oh, your channel is all materialism. I don't want to feel ashamed for like buying the things that I want to buy. And I just think people get too deep into things and try to come up with some sort of reasoning behind something for everything. And it's just, no, I bought this, but maybe that is like what materialism is, and that's like what capitalism is, and we're conditioned to want to buy the cool things and give these big corporates all the money. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. Like, I don't think about that stuff. No. Like, I see a pair of shoes. I think they're dope. I want to buy them. Right. And how is that bothering you? Like, how is that affecting your life? But I'm actually really proud of Jack for picking up a watch like that, just because I feel like, if anything, that watch for me that you convinced me to buy is actually like holds a special place in my heart, because I was never somebody who looked at watches. I was never somebody who spent money extravagantly. I mean, even context now, like $1,500 is still a lot of money, but at that time, it felt like I was spending the world and back. But now for me, that is, it's a timepiece. Like it was instrumental in my success in the way that I can go back and think about that moment in my life when me spending that type of money was like the end of the world for me. And I was like sweating as I swiped my credit card for that. But
you were trying to sell it back to me the following day, and I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I was. But now it's like and I'm not saying you need materialism or you need to spend money to have an impactful memory in your life that you can always look back on. But for me, who's always driven by my latest success and driven by, how much bigger can I be? Like, how much more money can I make? Like, how much can I push myself to be more successful? Mm-hmm. That is like it's like a perfect analogy. I don't know if your parents ever had it growing up where they had a wall where they would measure you, like every year, like how much you grew.
We couldn't afford pencils in Mexico. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
My sister does it. She has 2 kids. I'm an uncle. I don't see them nearly enough. I don't talk to her nearly enough. But she's a special education teacher, and she does all these extra things that are really important, and that I always think like, wow, she's very good at what she does. But she has like one of those measuring things where she built like this handmade ruler that goes up and down the wall, whatever. But it's just one of those things that just reminds me of where I was, and it holds a lot of sentimental value for me. Like, I'll give that watch to somebody someday. I don't know if I'll ever have kids, but I'm going to give it to like somebody close to me that hopefully it'll mean a lot to as well. And I'll do the same with this, you know? I think that stuff is really cool. And I think that stuff is, and again, I don't think you need to spend money just to have something like that. Yeah. But I think that this Rolex is really cool. I think this is an achievement for me. This is an accomplishment for me that I'm able to do this from where I started. I'm not going to feel bad for that. I feel like Courage, I'm really happy for him. Like, Courage is like a great person that we should talk about, who had an idea of himself and had passion, had motivation, and had a vision for what he could do and what he could be. And he just went out there and took it. He made it happen through sheer grit and personality and hard work. Dude, he should do whatever he wants, and he should live the life that he wants to live, and he should never feel bad about spending that type of money. I mean,
bro, the smile that I saw on him when he did that, and it wasn't about the watch. It wasn't about the fact that he spent it. It was about the
ability,
and the freedom to be able to do that.
Yeah, he
first thing he paid off. It's crazy.
My man did everything right, and he earned it.
Yeah.
And then nobody should ever feel bad about that.
No,
man.
And I told him, man, enjoy, man, brag about it, post a picture of it. Don't ever be ashamed of what you get in life because you feel like 15 people are going to be the ones that are going to be mad.
No, and to your credit, I learned that from you. And a lot of my confidence comes from you to this day about certain things like that, and really just my overall confidence. Yeah. Dude, I used to be such a self-conscious person. I mean, there's still certain things that might get to me.
Put your head on.
Overall, bro, I don't give up. I was itching my head. Leave me alone.